Now, they no longer make this particular style of Dodge Ram 97, Dodge Ram 4x4, 5.9 liter regular cab short bed. They no longer. This is already at the end of its production. Here it is, 2010. They no longer produce these. Pretty much any problem that a person could have had with them has been discovered. All the flaws and weak points are now available on the internet or at your local Dodge dealership. And I'm going to go ahead and point out a couple of these flaws for you, the ones that I am aware of. One problem goes over to the engine and this bathtub intake manifold for the fuel injection. If you don't know what a manifold is, go look it up. These manifolds are notorious for leaking on the bottom of the manifold where it actually faces the engine underneath. It's got a baffle that's like riveted to it. That baffle does leak. That'll cause your idle to go up on your engine. Okay. So if you notice that your idle has increased, that's one possibility. Whenever you get a vacuum leak in a vehicle, the engine idle does increase. Mine has 165,000 on it. I really do want to go ahead and pull it off and change that baffle as a precautionary measure if it isn't already leaking. My engine idle's pretty good. It's around like 750. So it's not too bad. Maybe it's leaking, maybe it's not, but I intend on changing it. Another issue with the Dodge Rams like these is a problem where the headlights and turn signals would cease to function or operate sporadically. Like this one actually does have that problem once in a while, where they're driving down the highway and then the lights flicker or they go out completely, and I keep on having to hit the switch to try and get it to work. Now that is more prevalent during when we have a cold front or during the winter months. It's because it's known to be caused by static electricity. Static electricity is more prevalent also in dry air, where now it's humid and it's really working perfectly. The result for that is to go ahead and get your dash computer flashed with new software, and that would resolve that particular issue. Another problem with these Dodges is the dashes do crack. You can see mine has a crack here. It's got several cracks. That's just a problem with all the Dodge products. Not that all manufacturers don't have this problem as well. They do. Chevy's have this problem. Dodgers are notorious as far as what I've heard for the dashes cracking really early, even on this newer Dodge over here, which is in about an 02 model. Dashes already cracked on it pretty quickly. But it is really hot down here, as this is a southern area, and you're looking, you hit easy hundreds, 110 sometimes in the summer. So dashes are not going to last around here in any project. Another problem with these particular Dodge trucks is going to be the rear axle. You can see it from here. It actually will clunk. This one hasn't been fixed yet, but I intend on fixing it. It will actually clunk when you put it in reverse. If you didn't know what that clunk was on your own Dodge product, it may very well be this. I put brand new universals on the rear and the front on this one. So brand new universals. There's play in here. You can actually turn it back and forth if I were to put the trans in neutral. And what that clunking is just the pinion here, because the bearing in here, the crush bearing, crush sleeve, has basically been crushed excessively over time. The pinion itself actually now pushes backwards and forwards inside where it contacts the ring gear inside there. So it'll turn and it'll pull it that way, and when you put it in drive, it'll turn and push it out again, and that'll cause the clunking. It's just the pinion inside here, boom, moving back and forth and smacking the front and the rear. So it's been working fine. I mean, I guess that's reason why Dodge axles are notorious. This is a 9.25, notorious for being junk, and that is the main reason why. Now I've seen a new Chevy go in and to a repair center and having all of its pinion teeth on its ring gear shredded off on a brand new Chevy. So problems do happen. It's not. I mean, this is just the notorious problems with Dodge. I'm not saying that Dodge is anything wrong with it at all, because other manufacturers do have problems on occasion. Another issue with a truck like this would be or any vehicle with a solid front axle or a live axle. There's a bunch of terms for it, like this one. So it goes from there all the way across to that side. The problem of this bar here, not this bar, this is a steering bar. This one over here that connects the chassis to the actual axle on this other side right there on that joint. Now this little joint right here gives up, like any joint would, kind of like a ball joint. It gives up over time, gets play in it, and that causes it to clunk, or allows it to move back and forth. It can cause shimmering and shaking while you're driving down the road, or on mine it's only apparent when you turn the wheel for all the way locked to the other side. Then it'll shift, and you can feel the shift. This one's got to be changed. Like, once again, this vehicle has 165,000 miles on it, so it's not too bad. Another problem on Dodge vehicles would be the front brake rotors in here. Front brake rotors are known to warp and cause a wobbliness when you do apply your brakes. Okay, it's a cause for them from getting overly hot, which is probably a design flaw, and that will allow those rotors to warp, and then you have to replace them. So if you have a slightly older Dodge product, just go to completely brand new rotors. I did on mine. I actually had one of my rotors fall apart on me when I was at the island, and it wasn't fun. The brakes basically completely went out. So I replaced both of them instead of just the one. The actual hub bearings themselves, inside here there's a sealed bearing that is a very nice design. Problem is it doesn't really last terribly long. I already replaced mine at 150,000, which is about the expected life for one of those hub bearings. And that's really all that there is for now. Hope you enjoyed the information, and thanks a lot.